This time on Boss Battles, our level 7 D&D battle where Team Norway goes to hell in a honker.
Hey, my name is Zajac.
And I'm Rob Egan.
Welcome to Boss Battles.
This is where we take D&D live play and mash it up with sports commentary.
Kind of. Okay, Rob, so tell us about the party tonight and what we might expect.
All right, well, if you remember from our Tier 1 battles, Team Norway was our champions, and the party was, we have a Divination Wizard, a battlemaster fighter, a life domain cleric, and a great old one warlock, who's also Pact of the Chain. They'll be facing monsters in hell, more specifically a bone devil and bearded devils.
Yes, and so the setup for tonight is we have a guest dungeon master, Bill Goldschmidt, who is one of our players in the league. Also has a writing credit on the new Dungeon Dudes book, Monsters of Drakenheim, which is just amazing. So Bill is an excellent DM, and he took over the session. It's based, I believe, off of an Adventurers League module that was part of the Baldur's Gate Descendant to Avernus campaign. And so the mission is the party is sent into hell to rescue a prisoner, and they, of course, face some resistance. Yeah. So I guess without further ado, let's head into it.
Yeah. Let's get started.
You find yourselves transported to the lowest depths of Plague Shield Point, the geode of imprisonment. Looking around, the strange star-like structure holds weird, almost scintillating colors bouncing off the walls. You would expect darkness, since it is, after all, the domain of devils who can see in any darkness. But there's an unnatural light ever present. Standing before you is a simple drow woman in black-purple robes with a spiderweb motif, standing perfectly still, upright, back straight, shoulders squared. Beneath her feet, there is a sigil that you all recognize instantly to be that of Loth, the Spider Queen. But something is strange about this sigil. It seems warped and corrupted, and you recognize some of the infernal runes from the chains above, carved there into the webs. And you know that this is the prisoner that you seek. What would you all like to do?
Quickly, boys, we gotta get out of here.
All right, this is it.
And as Merwin rushes forward,
if we're not acting in initiative, yes, I will.
As soon as you take a single step forward, you hear it. Guttural groans and calls, something from just a little bit of shadowed edge beyond your vision, as you see devils jumping out, the last remnant guards here in Plague Shield Point. They are all carrying wicked-looking glaives, similarly engraved with infernal runes made out of that strange black infernal iron. And they are rushing forward, now knowing that their quarry has arrived. Theobald, in the intenseness of this situation, you are the first to react.
Let's see. From having approached this prison, we've heard the tale of this of the warden of Plague Shield Point. Do we know anything about this warden and if any of the devils that are becoming evident to us, if the warden is among them?
Yes. So looking and getting a closer appraisal of these fiends, you can see 3 of them are standard prison guards. They are wearing the outfit of the guards that you've seen throughout Plague Shield Point here, and they have long, scraggly beards that have hooks and barbs in the end of them. You've seen them previously use these to lash out and augment their attacks with their glaives. The larger one, standing to the bottom left, that one has almost a carapace of bone itself, covering an undulating fleshy form. There are pinpricks of darkness and malice where its eyes should be, and it stands a full 12 feet tall, with broad wings, a long tail, wicked claws, and holding in those claws a glaive that is visibly dripping with poison. It has on its chest many medals and decorations, signifying that this is probably the warden.
As Merwin rushes forward, I tap Merwin's shoulder and tell him, Merwin, wait, not too hasty, hastier, and I will cast Haste on Merwin.
Oh, you got it! Starts to vibrate, eager to combat.
As the time for everyone else seems to slow down from Merwin's perspective. And with that as my action, I think I will just move slightly behind Merwin here, trying not to block the path for Lucian or Finn. And I think that will be my turn for now.
Okay, that will then bring us to Lucian.
Lucian will brandish his shield emblazoned with the holy symbol of Ilmater and say a prayer for his protection as we try to help his chosen. And I cast Bless with a 2nd level spell slot to bless all 4 of us. Placement wise, I think I will stay here for now.
That will bring us to the warden. Angrily, he stalks up, gets to the closest target, which unfortunately is little Merwin. And he is this warden is going to snarl and shout at you, and as it tries to slash at you twice with its wicked claws, and then rend you. 12 misses, I'm guessing, and then a 23 to hit with the 2nd claw.
That will hit.
All right, so that 2nd claw is going to come through for 13 slashing damage. And then with its glaive, which we're using the Infernal Sting stat block for, it also gets a 28 to hit. That's a critical hit. So that is going to be 26 piercing damage and 36 poison damage.
36, you say?
Whoa!
Yeah.
We should have gone for that death ward. Straight down.
Oh,
Whoa!
Oh, there.
Yeah.
And with that, and you have the poison condition until the devil's next turn.
Oh, right. I don't think that will do much.
Oh.
And the devil cackles maniacally. That's 1 down, 3 to go. Get him, boys!
I'm wondering, he did miss me once. As he misses me on the first attack, can I do a riposte battlemaster maneuver?
Absolutely, yes.
That's an 18 plus the die 4.
Solid hit.
So 6 damage before he managed to get me down.
Did you add your maneuver dice to that damage?
I did not. Thank you for reminding me. That's 2.
Okay.
Had better.
And a fun thing to point out about the 2024 Devils is they don't care about magic or non-magic weapons, so all of your damage goes through. As Merwin hits the ground and the warden here calls out an infernal, Finn, how do you respond to this dire scene?
Oh dear, that's bad, isn't it? Vincent, can you fix this? So the Vincent, the little cat that could, is going to fly forward. So he is a Sphinx of Wonder, and he is decked out with a little backpack with pouches and strings so that he can operate it with his teeth and claws. And he flies over to Merwin on the ground, and he's going to use a utilize action and apply a dose of Keogtom's ointment.
Oh, it's a good pick.
Yes, so that will heal 2d4 plus 2 hit points, and you will cease to have the poison condition.
Oh, that's good.
So that's very convenient. So let's roll the 2d8.
Oh, that's better.
So that's 4 hit points healed to you, but you are on your feet. And then I am going to cast a spell. We desperately need some more combatants on this field because we are terribly bunched up and in a dire situation. So I'm going to call upon a old drinking buddy of Vincent's. It is a fae. That's going to appear, I believe, next to me, and then immediately teleport forward. This is a fuming, because we are mad that Merwin went down so far. So we're summoning a fuming fae. Oh, is it just me again?
Yeah, that's the best token I can do is you again.
Awesome. So a small angry version of Finn shows up and immediately teleports forward and is going to attack the devil. That's a 20 to hit.
Solid hit, yeah.
And let's roll the other one right away. So the other one, oh, that's also a hit.
Oh, wow. Almost a crit.
So the damage for that is 2d6 plus 7 for each hit. So that's 17 plus 14.
31 damage off the bat.
Yes.
Or off the bone.
And then how tall is the ceiling in the chamber we're in?
Because of the star shape of the ceiling, it comes to a point with the ceiling and the walls and the floor all coming down in the back corners there, and then it goes up to a maximum of 20, 25 feet in the middle.
Okay, so flying is not going to get me out of reach of any of these boys?
Not really, no.
No, okay. Then I'm going to use my bonus action to try to establish a psychic link with this bone devil with my awakened mind class feature. So he will have to do a wisdom saving throw. DC 15.
He seems particularly resilient to the influence of magic and shrugs it off.
I'm not sure if this counts as magic, though. It's not a spell. It's a class feature.
Is it another magical effect? Does it say magic anywhere in the description?
It's a telepathic bond. When you form a telepathic bond with a creature using your awakened mind, and awakened mind as a bonus action, you can choose one creature you can see within 30 feet. You and a chosen creature can communicate with each other. So it doesn't say magic anywhere in the description of this ability.
It's psionics.
Yes.
Yeah, but if it's other magical effects, psionics are still kind of in that with the definitions of the types of magic. But this is the clairvoyant combatant feature, right?
Yes.
All right. You know what? For right now, I will just roll it as per normal, a 1 roll, which comes out to still a 23.
Ah, darn it.
Has very high wisdom.
That's my turn.
That will then bring us over to Vincent already went to Merwin, who's not dead.
Way.
My speed is double. That's good. So but I still lose half my speed to get back up. So I'll just jump back up to my feet. And let's try that again. Yes. Let's see. How do I want to do this? So I did hit him with my short sword. So I have an advantage on this attack due to Vex. How many attacks do I have right now? I have my 2 normal, 4 attacks, and potentially my bonus action.
Yep, you can get up to 5 attacks this round. If you action surge, that is even more.
One of them will action surge double my haste attack.
Not your haste attack, but it gives you an additional attack action. Right? Or an additional action that you can use for the attack action. So anything that you would have as part of that attack action, you would have again.
So that's a lot of attacks. Let's just start hacking at this guy. I will do another short sword attack since I have it handy with advantage. Okay, that's a dirty 20.
Solid hit. Any maneuvers?
No maneuvers at this time. For 6 damage, that's 1 attack. I'll hit him again with the short sword. Still advantage. That's an 18 before bless.
That will hit, yep.
That's good. 10 damage.
Okay.
And then
so you have an offhand with Nick.
I have an offhand with Nick. So here comes that one.
And what's this coming with? What type of weapon?
That's a scimitar.
Okay.
And here I think I have to roll my die 4. 16.
16 will do it.
Excellent. Scimitar plus 7 more damage.
Chipping away.
I think I will go for that action surge.
Okay.
Okay, now
this only gets you 2 additional attacks because you can only get the Nick bonus attack once per round. if unless that has somehow been changed, but I will verify that one.
Let's see. It says when you make the extra attack of the light property, you can make it as part of the attack action instead of a bonus action. You can only make this extra attack once per turn. So it's pretty explicit. Actually, before I action surge, I will just do my short sword attack again
With the haste action?
with the haste action. And that will not have advantage since I have left the train. But I will just use my heroic inspiration to just keep this going. So many attacks. Oh, that's horrible. That's probably gonna miss. I'm at a 13.
A 13 bounces off its bones.
But that is when I can use a battlemaster maneuver precision attack. Yeah. So I will just add a die 8. Please don't roll 1. 6. That should be plenty.
19's a solid hit, yeah.
No extra damage for this one, so that's 9 more damage. And then comes the action surge. Double 2 more attacks, and I have not used my bonus action yet.
Mm-hmm.
I will just keep on. Oh, and actually, the scimitar, when I hit with that will trigger my nifty new slasher feat. Yeah, his speed is reduced by 10 until the
Okay.
start of my next turn.
Oh, and that stacks with slow, doesn't it?
It does stack with slow, but I have not hit him with any slow attack as of yet. But I will get him another short sword attack. Where are my crits at, though? 26.
Solid hit. The crits are only incoming, apparently.
6 more damage. And I will then sheath my short sword, draw my whip, attack with advantage for a 24.
Solid hit.
Getting 8 damage.
And that bloodies it.
And that has to slow. So it will stack, and he has 20 feet left of movement. And then finally, I've used my action surge. I've used another superiority die. I will use a second wind as my bonus action because I need a little extra hit points. This is the longest turn I've ever had as a marshal.
And you were crit down to 0 during between now and last round.
I did so much damage with that ointment, huh?
Gets me 10 hit points back, and I can then move half my speed, which will be 30 since it's doubled. So I will go over. Let's just run down here. I'll probably have to deal with some devils, but I can take that. Okay, that's all of me. Took a while.
All right. After your turn, indeed, the rest of the guards get to action. The warden is in the way, so I guess Merwin is going to be dogpiled. So this one is going to rush you and try and lash at you with its wicked barbed beard for a 19 to hit.
19 says that's my AC, so I don't want more damage. I will do another. Did I ever take that?
That is
I did.
Merwin, that is counting the +2 bonus from haste.
That is counting that.
Right.
No, I did not take that particular maneuver.
Oh, darn it.
Okay. Then that is 7 piercing damage, and you have the poison condition until the start of this devil's next turn.
Again. Okay, still.
And then it's going to try and hit you with its glaive.
Mm.
And get a 24 to hit for 8 damage.
I'm down again.
And please make a Constitution saving throw. Please make this Constitution saving throw.
Before you roll, Merwin, what is your
5?
Your +5?
Yep.
I will have foreseen that Merwin's resilience to poison will carry him through this, and I will give him my 13 portent.
Okay, so it's an 18 instead of the 10 I rolled.
So as the wicked infernal iron of this glaive carves through your flesh and you are dropped once again, you can feel that it tries to carve into your very soul, but you withstand and you do not gain any infernal wounds.
Yikes.
Good.
Seeing that that one has you pretty much well in hand, the other two devils are going to rush your allies. This one is going to run up and go for the little furious Fae.
That's Faye McNeil.
Faye McNeil. Gonna try and beard bite Faye McNeil with
Yes.
a natural 1 to miss. Just too
That's a miss.
short. And then an 18 to hit with the glaive.
That's a hit.
That will be 8 slashing damage. And please make a Constitution saving throw with little Faye McNeil. Faye McFinn.
Yes, Faye McNeil. Let's see, what's your con? So it has a +2. So I'm just gonna roll a d20 and we'll add 2 to it. Oh, hey, that's nice. 21.
Awesome. Your spirit does not gain an infernal wound. And then the third and final guard is going to rush up and I guess go after Theo, because Theo's there next. So we have a beard at Theo for a 14.
14 is a miss. It glances off my arcane ward or my mage armor.
Awesome. And then it's going to try and get at you with its infernal glaive for an 18.
As a reaction, I will cast Shield, raising my armor class to 20.
And all 3 of these guards call out in infernal something, and they seem to be somewhat frustrated. That brings us to our prisoner, who stands there and can't do anything.
That was round 1, and there is. I think we could probably just talk for an hour about that, but we won't. What are some of the things that caught your eye about that round?
All right. Well, I think there's a lot of things that caught everyone's eye, but I just want to go to something that you may not have picked up on, and that was Bill's description at the very beginning, just saying how devils can see through magical darkness. Now, we all know that these are veteran D&D players and may already know that have a little bit of a metagaming in there, but having that description of saying hey, they can see through magical darkness, don't cast that spell, was probably helpful and kind of gave that little nudge to them to say, you may already know this, but now your characters do too.
Yeah, and I like actually that the first thing that Vhagar's character Theobald does is can I tell anything about the monsters? And so there was a good interplay between the player and the DM. One's asking for more info, the DM's giving more info, and it kind of livened things up. That was nice.
Yeah, great interaction, I'd say. All right, but let's get into the actual battle. So, tell me, what is the thing that you want to talk about now first?
One, it was exciting, right? Right off the bat, Ula's character gets crit and goes down, and that was nobody was expecting that, and that's kind of fun, gratifying for me as some payback for when. He beat up my vampire in our second episode. So
that's where all the crits went.
Right. Yeah. Right. Yeah. The crits goes against him this time. But that he was able to come back, or the party was able to come back, bring him back. He had an amazing turn, and I think that's kind of shows that how supportive the rest of the team was. Right. Lucian cast Bless.
Fantastic spell.
Theo casts Haste and then uses a Portent Die to help out Merwin later on in the round. Hanasiri's character Finn does a mix of both those things because she's got extra action economy. She's got a familiar and summons a fake creature. So there's 3 things that she's controlling. But it's a super well balanced party.
I gotta say, just with Finn being able to again do the support and the attack and really dial in the action economy was really great to see. But I want to get your thoughts. And I know because in the past, especially in 2014 edition, a lot of people would say a fighter's turn is I swing my sword, I am done. Tell me about this turn
So that's not the case, right? We've got so many things went into play on Merwin's turn, Ula's turn. And while I was editing it, I was trying to track down the rules. There's dual wielder, Nick, Vex, the light property, all that go into his turn. Haste goes into his turn. Action surge goes into his turn. Gives him all these different things. It was exciting to watch. Part of me worries that if you have too many of these characters, it's going to slow the game down. Also, just outside of a battle, I pity any new player trying to take on this build. It's too much. Or if you have a party that is mixed between some experienced characters, experienced players who build a character like this, and somebody who's new who builds a straight up champion fighter or something like that, like they're gonna be like, why can't my character do that?
I think that's just a really great point to just everyone is still learning these rules, and just to give each other some space to make sure that if to be able to take the time that they need. But I know that there's probably more that we could talk about on this, but I'm going to say round 2.
Yeah. Okay.
But
yeah, let's take it around 2.
Let's say if you think of something in that we didn't cover,
put it down in the comments.
Yeah. Let us know what you think. All right.
Okay, the thing that jumps out to me the most about round 1 numbers is how uneven they look. If you look at the middle number, party hit percentage, 100% of the party's hits landed. And then you go up and you look at how much damage they did. They only did about half the damage of the round. So that just shows you everybody was hitting hard in this round. We saw that huge crit from the Bone Devil against Merwin and putting him down. Also of note, so far, no saves made, and we'll have to watch that as the battle continues.
And then back all the way up to the top of round 2 with Theo.
All right. Ooh, kind of sandwiched in here. Let's see. I think I will see Merwin drop to the ground again. I will turn over my shoulder to Lucian and ask, Lucian, can you get to Merwin?
Yes.
Excellent. Let's see. Do I have a chance of catching these 2 bearded devils in a 15-foot by 15-foot cube without catching the summoned Fae, or are we a little bit too boxed in for that?
I think you're a little too boxed in to pull that one off.
Okay, that's fair enough. I think in that case, let's see. The restriction on leveled spells is removed in 2024 D&D, right?
How do you mean?
That you can only cast one. If you cast a leveled spell as a bonus action, you can only cast a cantrip.
Correct. You can only use one spell slot around.
Unless it comes from a feat or something.
That's not a spell slot then.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, okay. Sorry, my bad. I think in that case, I will use my bonus action to cast Misty Step and move down to assist Merwin. So I will Misty Step over here. Then with my remaining action, I will attempt to cast Shocking Grasp on this bearded devil A.
And it no longer matters whether or not he has any metal on.
I was just about to ask that. So let's see. That is a 17 before Bless.
17's a solid hit.
Excellent. That will land us 5 electricity damage.
You see that the lightning courses through it, and it takes all that pain.
Perfect. And yes, that will be it for me.
All right. Then Lucian, what would you like to do?
Lucian will step in front of Finn to shield, and as he lifts his shield towards the bearded devil, he will expend 1 charge of channel divinity and whisper, Merwin, it is not yet your time. And I will use Preserve Life to restore 35 hit points to Merwin.
A note that can only restore up to the halfway point.
Yes, and his half hit point is 37.5 currently.
All right.
Okay. That might keep me going for a while.
And that is me.
Then I guess that'll bring us to the warden, who has a new toy to play with. It's small and angers the warden. So we are going to see if the warden can claw a glaive the little spirit for a 22.
That's a hit.
That'll be 13 slashing damage. And if Faye is still up, that is going to be a 13 to hit for the second one.
That's a miss.
Awesome. And then it is going to reach around and go right at the little Fae once again with the glaive. Don't crit again. Okay, 25 to hit.
That is a hit.
That is 15 piercing and 18 poison damage as that glaive drips.
The Fae fades from reality as it is torn apart by the power of this mighty attack.
Warden is a beast.
Yeah.
Ah, goddamn.
and it revels in its slaughter and cackles very fiendishly, bringing us to Finn.
I do actually think that I am going to cast Summon Fae again, even if it is a little boring.
If it works, it works.
Any hits we don't take is hit points for us.
Exactly. And this time I want it to be, over there. And I do want it to attack. Have we done any damage to any of the bearded devils?
I've done a touch of lightning damage to the bearded devil by me and Mervin.
Yeah, I think we're just gonna go over here with a teleport, so we get advantage on our first attack. The Angry Fae only rolls 11.
11 bounce. Oh, even with the smaller guards here, an 11 just bounces off.
Yes, but it has a second attack, so we're going to try again. 19?
19 strikes true.
Excellent. That is then, so 14 damage.
Okay. And it shouts once again in a language none of you apparently understand.
And then little Vincent over here, as my bonus action, I'm going to command him to attack the bearded devil B.
Okay.
Oh, well, that's not going to do it.
I guess your cat was distracted.
Yeah. So that was my action, my bonus action, and my turn is done.
All right, well done. Merwin, you once again are brought back to consciousness there on the ground.
Oh, more of this. I will hastily, because I'm still hasted, try to get my bearings. I think we want the big guy down. So I will just roll along the ground while getting back up to my feet. So that's, let's see, 30.
There will be an op attack from Bearded Devil A.
Did he get
I
hit?
struck.
Oh, yeah, he got hit with a no op attack spell. He got
Absolutely.
shocked.
Yes. I wonder if I know the others will help me. I will run through the legs of Bearded Devil C. Since I'm a halfling, I can do that. And pop up in front of the bone guy, the warden. I want to start. What do I have? I have my scimitar and I have my whip. I think I will be silly and I will whip him once to reduce his speed. Why did I hit? That's 16 plus 1, 17.
16 will hit.
Okay.
We have blessed too, right?
I'm blessed too. Yeah, I did roll the bless.
Okay.
6 damage, and it nets him a double slow. And I will change to the short sword for my second attack.
A note that if you don't use the Nick weapon as one of your attack action attacks, you don't get that bonus attack with it.
Yeah, I know. But I can't change I can cheat or draw a weapon for every attack.
I get you there. Just like if you're doing the whip and then the short sword as your attack actions, you should use the whip and then the scimitar and then the short sword. That way, the scimitar's Nick property triggers before your attack action is complete, unless you're using the whip as the haste attack.
Do I have to use the Nick
before you get access to the bonus action attack?
Okay, so in this case, then the extra attack is the short sword. Okay,
Yeah.
but the whip can be the hasted attack?
Yeah, you have enough attacks with all of the buffs that are on you. It's just for order of operations for those watching at home.
Yeah, okay. I read it differently, but I think maybe you are right. I'll keep that in mind. My short sword got a 19 before rolling for blast.
Solid hit.
That's another 7 points of damage.
Chipping away. He's definitely bloodied and looking rough still.
And then comes the scimitar. Now with advantage. My dice are not exactly hot, but it's a 17.
17 will strike true.
Another 6 damage. I still have my bonus action. I wonder, is it better to try to be defensive?
And since you use the scimitar as part of the attack action attack, if you were indeed planning on using the whip as for the haste attack, you can attack once more right now.
Yeah, I got my short sword. That's right. So we will short sword.
So many attacks.
So many attacks. That's a 15 plus the die 19.
That will hit.
Maybe this is where I should use a battlemaster maneuver.
The Bless is coming in clutch this fight.
Yeah, does some work. Oh, I can push him. How much room do I have? But he's big and fat, and there's not enough room for my maneuvers, really. It's so close. I don't like fighting in close quarters. No room to stretch my legs. No, I don't think it's worth it. He looks strong, and I can't push him far enough away. And I shall not be cheeky enough to try to put Lucian in harm's way. Instead, I will use my bonus action for an evasive footwork. That will increase my AC by 5.
Oof.
And I will move over here, since I can disengage.
As part of that, gotcha.
That will be me.
All right, well done. That will bring us to the Bone Devils then. This one is still shocked. It's going to go after Theobald, who just shocked it. First with a beard bite for 21 to hit.
I think I would like to use 1 luck point to impose disadvantage on its attack roll.
Okay, is that something that we get to say after the die is rolled?
When a creature rolls the d20 for an attack roll against you, can spend 1 luck point to impose disadvantage on that roll. So it's probably something I need to announce before.
Yep. Sorry about that, but that's something that we can keep in mind moving forward. So what would you, anything to stop this?
No, I cannot raise my AC to 21.
Then that is 7 piercing damage, and you have the poison condition until the start of the devil's next turn. All important con save to maintain that haste.
Yep. I think
I'm gonna give you. Is Vincent within 30 feet of you? He is. He's gonna give you +2 to that one.
+2. Okay,
yes.
Then I will.
You are blessed as well.
And I'm blessed, so I will just take that roll. Oh, okay. +2 to the roll. So we're starting with a 5, and that will be a 7. So I need a 3 or a 4 on the d4 for the
biggest roll of the game.
And that's a 4.
Yes.
There we go.
Yes. Barely maintain concentration on haste. Thank you. No adventurer is an island. This is why we travel in parties.
And there is one more attack coming through with its infernal glaive. Would you like to use your luck at this time?
I think I would. That was a bit too close for comfort.
Okay.
Don't push your luck, use it.
I'll bring it to an 11 to miss then.
11 is a miss.
Awesome. Whew.
So I will count my good fortunes that I'm traveling with resourceful friends and dodge out of the way of its second attack.
Bearded Devil C is up now, and seeing that its friend A is having a rough time down there, and somehow this horrible little pixie thing's back, this weird Fae thing, it is going to go down and attack Faye McNeil. First with the beard for a total of 20 to hit.
That's a hit.
For 7 piercing damage, and the target has the poison condition until the start of this Bearded Devil's next turn. Let's give that do we have a green ring? Yes, we do. And then going for the glaive for a 13. Does a 13 hit your spirit?
That is a miss.
Excellent. Awesome. And it curses an infernal, bringing us to Bearded Devil B, who is really up in there with Lucian and Merwin. Yeah, there's kind of like a Lucian on top, so it's just going to go straight for you. Going first at the cleric with the beard for 10. And then
that's not it.
The infernal glaive can get through your mail. Well, a 9, it seems to have stubbed its toe. And at the end of round 2 here, the drow in the middle, the individual you're here to rescue, once again cannot do anything and is simply held fast.
That was round 2, and like we did last round, we're going to get to the numbers at the end of the segment. So I'll start it. One of the things that struck me about this round was the DMing. Bill's an excellent DM. He's got super rules knowledge. And we're going to talk about that a little bit in the context of luck in a second. One of the things I thought about watching this was who do you decide to attack when you're the Dungeon Master? And, the rules give lots of guidance on so many types of parts of combat, but they do not talk about who you should attack. And so, there's an occasion where he has one of the devils attack the summoned Fae, whereas I think it's probably makes more sense to attack the player themselves. And you can see, reasons not to do that because you could just be a jerk and ruin somebody's fun.
Right.
We're playing a tournament, but when you're playing D&D, you just don't want to be the person picking on people, and so that can be one thing. Or you might try and embody a monster and think like, what would the monster do? And so that could be another thing. But it just struck me seeing Bill do that's one of the things that D&D doesn't do. Doesn't give you guidance on who and when to attack.
And I have to totally agree. I think this is one reason why watching these episodes and seeing these battles, it's really like that sort of like nuance that I don't take French, so excuse my accent. Je ne sais quoi. That's something that you can't really nail down, and you just sort of have to just experience it to figure that out. But I agree. Sometimes it might be a better strategic choice to go after the caster because like a summon spell is concentration, so you can get rid of the summon just by breaking concentration.
So one of the other things that that I got out of watching this was we were talking about luck, and so Theobald tries to use his luck, and because it's changed in the 2024 rules, Bill very nicely kind of shuts it down. But that made me think that switch kind of puts players in a tough position because you almost have to be rude, like, stop, I'm going to use luck now. It can be awkward a little bit. But I think Bill afterwards, does well in like giving him the opportunity. Like, are you going to use your luck right now? It's just a little more complexity, both for the player and the Dungeon Master because of that change.
Yeah, I gotta say, I myself have in the past may have said like, you know what, the rules say you should do this, but especially like we're saying, tournament play, you gotta go rules as written. So I appreciate how Bill did follow that, and then later on, like you said second attack is coming up. Now is the time to use that luck, giving the player the space to use it because the intent was there.
Okay, so you had noticed, and I did too, the Sphinx. What are your thoughts?
The Sphinx is coming out to be the MVP. Vincent was able to bring up Merwin in round 1. That +2 to the saving throw as reaction was able to save Theobald in round 2. So just the Pact of the Chain, and again, Finn's action economy has just been really just dialed in and making huge waves and differences.
Yeah, that familiar is really useful, both in that it can attack, which most familiars cannot do, and it's got like I think 20 hit points or something. Like most familiars just have 1 hit point and it's done. It's super powerful.
It's beefier. It is really good. Yeah.
Last thing, I really still like how Yun is the strong silent type. Cleric just doing his job in the background, and it's great.
Yeah, I'm so happy you brought that up because again, clerics a lot of times when everything is going well, you won't see it, but it has been a huge support helping Merwin get back up this round with a fairly good amount of pool of hit points too. So yeah, exactly, just being the support, doing really good cleric stuff.
Okay, so before we head back to the round, let's put the numbers up, and I'll just say a brief word about that. All right.
Okay, round 2. These trends kind of continue. Party hit percentage is still really high at 75%. Again, the damage was about evenly split between the party and the devils. You can see that the damage done in this round was significantly less than the first round. 110 done here, whereas the last one there was 192. So everybody came out big in the first round, kind of recovering in the second. We see again, no spells or saves forced by the party onto the monsters. We'll still have to watch this one.
Theobald, at the top of round 3, what would you like to do? You are here standing at the south of the star, and basically all the rest of your party's up north.
Yeah. Would it take an action or otherwise for me to kind of inspect how the drow is being contained, or can I just kind of throw a glance at that and contemplate how we might be able to?
If you'd like to spend any action economy on it, I don't think you have the feats that make it a bonus action to do an inspect or a study. So that would be an action to do it actively, or we could rely on your passive perception to see if you can glean any information that way without using any action economy. Which would you prefer?
Okay. I'm just thinking if there is a chance for us to bust this drow out and maybe gain an extra ally in this fight. I think if I could, I would love to spend my action to roll maybe an Arcana check as about to the mechanisms of the containment.
Okay, we will call this a study action as you try and study the mechanisms that are in play. So please go ahead and give me an Arcana check.
Perfect. I have expertise in Arcana, so hopefully we can get a decent... Well, that doesn't help if you roll a 2. I would actually love then to... No, advantage is from lucky. It also needs to be announced before. I will spend my heroic inspiration to re-roll that check.
Okay.
Well, it's a little better. It's a 16.
The DC for this effect was 15. So you are able to see that this individual is held fast as if paralyzed with a hold effect, and it seems to be of a 5th level power. You believe that the location and the sigil on the floor is a fundamental component or anchor to this effect.
So going with that, I think if we damage or break the sigil in some way, we might be able to free this drow. Is my understanding then. Would that be accurate?
That could be one way. It is a magic effect. It could probably be dispelled. There are dozens of ways that this could be rendered useless.
Okay,
you have identified a couple.
I will look to my party and attempt to communicate this and just kind of shout. The web symbol on the ground contains the prisoner. If we break it, we'll have an ally. And I will then use my movement to move up alongside Faye McNeil. And I think I will try to use my telekinetic shove to move the bearded devil, so bearded devil A, away from me. So that is a bonus action. I telekinetically shove a creature within 30 feet. So that is a strength saving throw. DC.
The bearded devil got a 22.
Well, that is sufficient. So it stays firm. And that will be my turn.
I think Lucian wants to cast a spell with a 3rd level spell slot. Cast Dispel Magic on the web symbol.
All right. Because this is a 5th level effect, I will need a spellcasting ability check. So this is just a wisdom check from Lucian.
Yes, DC 15, I believe. 10 plus spells level.
Yep.
Is this an ability check?
Yes, it is.
I want to give you +2 with a burst of Ingenuity.
And if you have any advantages to give, state that before you roll the die.
All right. There's 17 plus 4 plus 2, 23 to Dispel Magic.
The drow captive is no longer held fast and is no longer statuesque. Beautiful, though, still. She now very gracefully moves her limbs, and you see all sorts of dust fall off, cascading down as she has been stationary for uncounted days.
Right.
Our healer of life just cast a Dispel Magic to free a drow from a fiend's prison.
Yeah, he seems pretty happy with himself.
Must be Tuesday.
And give him hell. No, wait a minute. The other thing.
abyss, I guess. Okay.
Let's bring heaven
That-
down on these fiends.
That will be Lucian's turn. I believe he will stay in this defensive position in front of Finn.
All right, well done. With that brings us to the warden. The warden, seeing that you've freed the captive, while the warden is himself in the bloodied condition, he throws down his glaive, says, enough of this, and begins channeling magic throughout the prison here of Plague Shield Point. And all of you hear as countless drow who are chained up in these strange contraptions throughout the prison wail their last breath, and their soul energy and vitality is transported into the Bone Devil Warden himself. And he is no longer bloodied, and he is no longer even injured.
Oh,
I hate that.
boy.
And that is his turn, bringing us to Finn McNeil.
I'm just going to go out on a limb and guess that that's not a spell. It's possible to attempt to counter spell.
Correct. There was no spell. It was utilizing the mechanisms built into the prison system.
Yeah.
Using a magic device.
Had to ask.
Imagine if he was a thief rogue. Ooh, bonus action.
Okay, I think I want to start with casting Eldritch Blast on the Bearded Devil B, casting 1 in an attempt to shove him back from me, I think. Yes, I think I'm going to start with pushing the Bearded Devil back, trying to do that. And that's a natural 20, so that's a crit.
Oh,
Yeah.
All right.
So that's just, we're playing with just rolling the damage dice twice.
Yep. Rolls as written.
And you don't add the bonus twice, right?
Correct.
Yes. So then it's a first 11, and then wait, it's why did it roll 2d10?
It rolled the crit damage.
It
Oh.
knows to roll a crit.
Oh, smart. Well, that's 11 from the crit, and I push him down. Yes, exactly. And then Vincent, my little friend, can move around. He's small, so is it possible for him to like go here and access Faye McNeil?
Is he
Or is it-
mechanically small or mechanically tiny?
He is mechanically tiny. Let's check that to be sure. He's mechanically tiny.
Then yeah, go for it.
Yep. Then he will go down here for now, and then I have another Eldritch Blast, so I'm just going to set that one into the Bone Devil.
Okay.
Well, that's less than a crit.
It's the other end, but you
Yes.
know, balance.
But then I want Vincent to use another one of my doses of ointment on my Fae.
Okay.
Yes. So we go into the ointment, we use another dose, and then we heal it for 2d8 plus 2
And get rid of that pesky poison.
and get rid of the poison. So I heal it for 14, so it's back to full hit points and no longer poisoned. So it can attack without disadvantage. And then Faye McNeil is going to teleport to here and get advantage on attacking the Bone Devil. So then we roll 25 or 18. So 25 is a hit, right?
Yep, 25 is a solid hit.
Brilliant. That's 2d6 plus 7 again. 16? Okay.
15.
15, yeah. I don't do math. Did I forget to roll that with advantage?
Nope, you rolled twice to see
Okay, that's
if
good.
you crit fished. Then you
Then
get
we
the
do
second
another-
attack.
Then we do another attack. That's 26.
Solid hit, yeah. So close to a crit.
Yeah. For 10 damage.
Okay. You have started chipping away once again at this devil's bones.
Yes. And as my bonus action, I will do nothing.
All right. Then that, I guess, will bring us down to Merwin, who is still quite wounded.
Yep. Mervin will back up into this corner as if trying to hide, and then he shouts out, "Hey, Lucian! You gotta get
Yep.
out of there. And I will do a bait and switch so that we switch places.
All right.
And then I will just pop down here to go attack. And before I forget it, bait and switch will increase my AC by 6.
Wow, nice.
Dude.
Help. And then I will attack. Anyone remember what weapon I used last? Short sword? It's a short sword. Yeah. So I have advantage still. So I have 3 attacks. So this is my haste attack then, I guess. Where are my crits at? That's just a 15, but how blessed?
The bless once again pulls through.
19.
Solid
So
hit.
9 damage on him.
All right, attack 1.
Scimitar time. That's a 22, which should hit.
Solid, yeah.
And that reduces his speed due to my feet for another 10 damage.
Okay.
2 attacks. Short sword again. I will not mess with the whip. That's a 13. Let's see.
Will that bless pull through again? Ah, not this time.
8 does not give me any bonus to hit, right? Only armor class. Yeah, that's too bad. Let's see. That was 4 attack. I will use my bonus action for another offhand attack with the short sword. And that's a 22 without the bless. That should be plenty.
This is attack number 4, and yes,
What's it, number 4? Okay,
Yep.
so still have 1.
we have the log.
5 damage. I lose count. That's too many attacks then.
Yeah,
My
that's
bonus
when
then.
you know you're attacking too much.
Yeah, that's a 16.
A 16's the number you're looking for. Yep.
Okay. And in that case, another 6 damage. I could have gone for some damage spikes that I wouldn't mind, but I will take my AC spike and run with it. That will be me.
3. Okay. And that will then bring us to the bearded devils, the guards. A is down here with Theobald.
Hmm.
It's starting to get a little injured, and it is just going to keep fighting on, seeing that its leader, the warden, is rejuvenated once more. It's going to go after Theo with a natural 1 with its beard. Its beard gets caught up in its glaive.
Love to see it.
And then swinging around with that glaive for a 14.
14 just misses.
Bounces off your magical wardings, which will then bring us up to C. C has a good vantage of what's going on and can pivot basically wherever. I think it's going to run up to Real Finn and attack Real Finn.
The nerve.
So it's going to try and get you first with its beard for a 16 to hit.
That is my AC is 14, so yeah.
All right, so that's going to be 7 piercing damage. You have the poison condition until the start of this guy's next turn, and we need that all-important con save.
7 damage, and I do get advantage on that. So we roll. That's 11. That's it's DC 10, right?
Correct. Yep. So,
Yep, so I already made it.
Faye McFinn still exists, and then it swings around at you once again with its infernal glaive for a 19 to hit.
Wait. Sorry, I just did the damage twice on myself, and I gotta remember Armor of Agathys. So I'm gonna deal 20 psychic damage back to him.
Awesome. And even though it generally is resistant to your spell and chuckles seeing it, the psychic damage bleeds through.
Nice.
That means it's going to take another chunk of psychic damage shortly, because the glaive hits for with a 19 to hit.
Yep.
And that is going to be another 20 psychic damage as you take 8 slashing damage and have a con save to maintain concentration.
Do I though? Because it's only chipping at my temporary hit points.
Oh yeah, you're good. It's still only dealing temp damage. I do need a con save then for the wound.
Yes, that's 18.
18, awesome. And good job remembering the Armor of Agathys there. That just dealt it 40 points of damage, and it's bloodied from your psychic armor, and it's just bleeding out of its eyes, ears, nose, and mouth.
Come at me, bro.
And then B down here isn't in the best of positions. I think B's going to try and kill Vincent. Get over here, you little flying furball. With a 16 to hit with its beard.
That's a hit.
That is 7 piercing damage in the poison condition for Vincent.
Let's see. I wonder if I can do this for because I can use my reaction to give it resistance to damage, but that's going to only be in one attack, right?
Yes.
So to my knowledge, the second attack hits harder, doesn't it?
Yes.
Yeah. So I'm going to take the 7 damage.
Okay. And then it is going to swing through with its glaive, getting an 8.
That's not a hit.
So the beard was hungry enough to get a bite, but the glaive was not.
So Vincent is poisoned, right?
Yes, and Vincent is poisoned. You are also poisoned because even though you took the temp hit point damage, it's just the effect of the beard.
Okay.
The drow is going to disengage, stand out of the way, and say, "Good job. Keep up the good work. Thank you."
Wait, what?
Round 3. So there is a lot happening here, but I think to start off, let's talk about that study action. That's something that's new to 2024.
So there was a couple of unusual battle actions that happened. There was a study action, and then later on there was the Bone Devil took the utilize action.
Yep.
And so there was a real investment of time in a couple of characters this turn in learning about the drow and doing drow-related things, prisoner-related things. They're being good rescuers.
Yeah.
I do like how that became codified in, like, if you want to do those things, you have to spend an action to do it. I think that can help DMs when players try and maybe push hard to get more done on their turn. You can say, well, you can take the study action, right, and that can then you really got to want to do it.
Yep. And I really like Bill's option to or take the passive, and again giving some more uses out of passive abilities.
Right. He gave a good counter option. Right. He's being a generous DM there.
Okay. I'm sorry. What?
There was an order of operations issue with the Finn and the summon creature in an interaction between the summon creature and the familiar. They kind of work together, and strictly speaking, a familiar has its own turn, and the summon creature acts or takes its action directly after the player does. So they shouldn't have been able to cooperate how they did.
Right, but again, that's a lot of the ways that the rules are going.
Totally arbitrary, right?
But just a nice little note to
rules is written that was strictly not allowed, and then
so I did have another question to talk about Finn, and that was the armor of Agathys. Was that cast
right? So she I think it's the case that she petitioned that she shouldn't have to take a concentration saving throw because they were temporary hit points. But if you look up temporary hit points, it speaks about taking damage. So the wording there is taking damage. You take damage, you got to take your concentrations.
Yeah, she likely would have was saved because of Mind Sharpener. But again, it's one of those, the temporary hit points is still taking damage, so
right.
It triggers a concentration saving throw.
Yeah.
So I also was going to say that, and she had cast that prior to round 1. And
So we didn't, I'm doing my best to like edit down these things for time.
Of course.
And so that was a spell that was precast prior to the beginning of the battle. There was, and Theobald has got mage armor up.
And then of course, casting the mage armor, taking the cunning action to get that spell slot back, be able to cast Fate twice.
Right. Yeah.
But I also want to bring up that earlier I was talking about that the descriptions that Bill was giving, like the darkness, and really kind of helping the players understand the environment that they're in. I was really excited to see that he kept mentioning the drow at the end, wasn't able to take an action. She's in the turn order. And then when they rescued the drow, she just runs away. I was not expecting that.
Yeah, right. So it was interesting to see your reaction because I edited this video, but we're just watching this live, and when you saw that happen, you were like, "Wow, I was not expecting that." And so they're afterwards talking to the players, they also were not expecting that the drow would do nothing after being freed. Interestingly enough, I was in on the playtest of this episode, and I was playing one of the players, and that episode ended really quickly. Somebody started basically by dispelling the magic around the drow. The drow escaped, and then somebody banished the bone devil. So it was as written on the test event, the drow did participate and help. And one of the big monsters was banished, and the battle was like over like that. So I think Bill made that change because he wanted it to be a battle and not just like a wipeout.
Oh yeah.
And I know from talking to Bill, like Bill's definitely the type of DM who's like, the battle is set. This is how it's going to go down. And so, and I think especially because it's a tournament thing, he's being conscious of not turning the dials. I can see why the players may have been a little bit surprised, but I also see why Bill did it as he did it.
Yeah, and like we were saying earlier, or when we were talking, if it were a trap, like it wouldn't be as surprising. Like it'd be like, okay, traps happen.
Right, bad things happen, and so this was just it was a shock. I wonder what the viewers' reaction was. Were you expect? Yeah, let us know down below. Did you think the drow was going to come out and help the party, or were you not just thinking about it? Let us know. Okay, so before we head back to the round, we'll put the numbers up. I'll talk about those briefly, and then back to the action.
Round 4.
All right.
Round 3, a good round all the way around, pretty much for the party. The total damage, they did 85%, which is great, bringing up their cumulative damage a little bit. And then the hit percentage is still strong at 75. Again, we're seeing still no saves forced. And that's it for round 3.
Bringing us back to Theobald.
I look back at the drow and just say, I had such high hopes for you.
What do you expect?
Okay.
I've been in prison forever.
So you should be well rested. I turn back to the bearded devils.
It's got a point, though. Honestly.
I know that they're mostly resistant to magic in a very annoying way. So I think we are just going to try to pile on a bit of damage where we can. So I think we will try for a magic missile here. Let's go for a 4th level magic missile. And we will put, this will make a total of 6 magical darts. And I will, I think, put 3 of those into Bearded Devil C and 3 into Bearded Devil A.
All right.
There we go. So each of these darts will deal 1d4 plus 1 damage. So let's see, for the first, that's 3. So let's say this is for Bearded Devil A. So a total of 12 force damage.
It's going up. 6 on the next one. No, wait a minute.
Yep, that would be impressive. Let's see, can we just do 3?
That just brings that Bearded Devil A into the bloodied state.
Perfect. And for the second one, we are talking, so this would be for Bearded Devil C, will be 11 force damage.
And it is brought low down to 1 knee, but it is not yet expired, and it is fighting on.
Then I think I will try to telekinetically shove Bearded Devil A with my bonus action. So it's a strength saving throw, DC 15.
Nat 20 for a 25.
Okay, then. And I will, I think, move down here to not be in convenient reach of Bearded Devil B. And that will be my turn.
Okay. Then that will bring us over to Lucian, who is pinned at the top.
Right. we've got to deal with this bearded devil. He got hurt a little bit, right?
The one in the middle?
The one that's sort of bunching up me and Finn in the corner here.
Yes, those tokens with a red ring around them have the bloodied condition, so they're more injured.
Very well. All right. Since I know they're somewhat resistant to regular magic, I will once again lift my shield and expend one Channel Divinity charge for Divine Spark. I will cause a radiant damage upon that devil, and it is save for half. DC 15 Constitution saving throw.
Con save, okay. Does this one say it is a magical effect in any of its description?
No, Channel Divinity is energy directly from the outer plane. Oh, to fuel magical effects. You're right.
Okay.
Darn it.
So this one it will have advantage on, and it gets a nat 20 for 24.
Well, at least it does damage, unlike Toll the Dead, for example, which would not do any damage at all in this case. Okay, so that's half of... That's 11 radiant damage.
And it takes half because it succeeded, correct?
Correct.
All right, so it is down on one knee. It is looking rough. It is desperate. You know that if you kill a devil anywhere in the 9 hells, it's dead. If you kill it somewhere else, it just goes home. But here, they're really concerned about this.
All
You
right.
have gained this devil's enmity.
That's good. I do kind of want him to attack me instead. So I'll simply, look like I'm edging for a fight and cede my turn.
All right, that'll bring us up to the warden, who is going to try once again to put Merwin on the ground because you're right there. It has thrown off its glaive, yet it is still just as dangerous. Coming in with a claw for a natural 1, gets caught on all its metals on its chest, but then it comes with the other claw for a 17.
It's not even close. I know your tricks now, you big bully.
And then, like a scorpion coming over its head, there's the surprise tail for a 14.
No, not even close.
And at this point, Merwin, you're done being on the ground. You're dancing around. And then Finn, this is not going as poorly as it was a few rounds ago. What would you like to do?
Let's see. So the summon takes its turn after me, right?
Correct.
Yes.
On your initiative count, but after you. If we want to get very technical, it would go after you, but before you're familiar.
What I want to do, I'll just say what I want to do, and then you can say if it will work. Since I have disadvantage on attacks now anyway, I might as well attack the bearded devil in front of me to push it away from me. But first I would like, but I can't go after my familiar, can I?
Nope. Well, you each have your own distinct initiative count.
Exactly. So I am first.
Yeah.
Out of us. Yeah. Well, you know what? That is fine. I am in melee with the bearded devil, but I am also poisoned, so I have disadvantage no matter what. So let's just sneeze. Oh God.
So I started blasting.
Anyway, I started blasting. I do have bless, so that helps a little. It's a 15.
So that's absolutely going to hit, even with a disadvantage before the bless.
Awesome.
And you are guaranteed to do more damage than it has hit points thanks to your agonizing blast.
Fantastic.
So Finn, for the first kill, how do you do it?
Well, Finn's Eldritch Blasts are psychic damage. So I just sort of hum a tune. I hum the epic sax guy riff from Moldova's legendary Eurovision entry, whispered into its ear, and its head just explodes. And then I'm going to set my next blast into the... Bearded Devil A is kind of on the ropes, isn't he?
He's much more injured than B, yep.
Yes, so I'm going to set the next blast into Bearded Devil A, because we do need to clear the field a little bit. And I still have disadvantage?
Yes, you are still poisoned.
Yes, so that's either a 16 or more than a 16. So that's another hit.
That's another hit.
Love it.
And I will deal 11 damage to it.
Do you wish to push this one?
Theobald is standing right behind it.
Yeah, it would just
So
be
I-
putting it into
thank
the vault.
you.
I don't think I want to do that, as a matter of fact.
All right.
And then it's Vincent, right? Or is it Faye McNeil? No, then it's Faye McNeil.
Then it's Faye, yes.
Yes. Faye does not have disadvantage, but it's going to just, I think, teleport just to here to get
Do a
advantage
little
on it.
teleporting, breakdancing, gotcha.
Just dancing around to get advantage on that first attack. That's either 11 or 20.
Solid hit, yep. Advantage
Excellent.
saves the day.
2d6 plus 7, we remember. So that's 14 damage. And for its second attack, that's 23 to hit.
Solid hit.
Another 14 damage.
Okay, chunking away. And with that, the warden is once again bloodied as your friend is carving through.
Excellent. As my bonus action, Vincent, I'm going to command Vincent to try to attack Bear the Devil A. That's a disadvantage, so my chance to
Because
hit is not
Vincent's
bad.
poisoned, yeah.
Yes, but you know what? We're going to try anyway. So is that a nat 1?
That's a
Yeah,
nat
that's
one.
a nat 1. Yeah, so Vincent fluffs out again. But you know he's still a good boy.
Just a little distracted by all the poison.
Yeah.
Awesome. That was a lot. Is there anything else you'd like to do?
That was everything I had.
Then that will bring us to Merwin, who is dodging the Bone Devil Warden's every attack.
Yeah, I'm running here and there and using my slippers of spider climbing, I will just run straight up the wall while I'm just hacking at the Bone Devil with my swords. So let's just do the scimitar first to have it out of the way. It gets advantage. That's a 21.
A solid hit.
For 10 damage.
Okay.
That's one attack. Short sword. Short sword gets 26.
So close.
8 more damage. One more short sword. 21.
Another hit.
8 more damage.
You are grinding this thing's hit point reserves away, even when it absorbed all of the souls of all of the drow who you were potentially maybe going to rescue.
One more short sword for 18, and that's 10 damage.
Wow. Okay.
And then bonus action for the last attack. Short sword again. For weapon 25. 7 damage, and Mervyn will kick off the wall, land on the shoulder of the Fae, and use bait and switch again. Switching places and giving me an AC bonus so I can live for another day. But that's my last maneuver. I get a +5 to my AC.
Wow. Okay. You have rolled very well on all those bait and switches.
Yep. I haven't been hit that much. It didn't matter that much, but still, it feels good.
Then ending your turn.
Yes.
That'll bring us to Bearded Devil A, who is going to succeed at least once today in its job, and it's going to kill that little cat. Sorry, Vincent.
So evil. These devils are evil. How can you can imagine this?
Okay, so it's a 24 to hit the cat.
That is a hit.
For 7 piercing damage.
All right.
And he has the poison condition again.
Darn it.
And then it's going to swing around with its glaive. And hopefully not. That's a 21 to hit with its glaive.
Yes, as my reaction, I'll give it resistance to this damage.
So it only takes 4.
Mhm.
And then it needs to make a Constitution saving throw or gain an infernal wound.
Right.
Come on, Vincent, you can do it.
That's a 12.
A 12. A 12 is what you are looking for.
Oh my god.
So as the iron carves into Vincent's soul and tries to rend pain into it, he manages to withstand. And thanks to the investment that you made as its chained master, it is not basically soul rended right now.
I think technically he is my chain master because he is the brains of our operation.
Okay, gotcha. That type of relationship.
Yep.
Bearded Devil, how injured is Vincent? Is Vincent bloodied?
Vincent is definitely bloodied. He's on
Okay.
the last of his adorable legs.
Oh. Poisoned, bloodied, fighting strong.
But so brave, so fierce.
That'll bring us to Bearded Devil B. Has a tough choice here. Merwin, who's gone down a few times, or Vincent, who's at the end of his wits' end.
Tiny cat.
I think
Hey, come on, find someone your own size.
we're gonna do a beard at the Merwin. I'm sorry. Apparently, I'm going to crit you. Yep.
No.
Uh,
Again. No, maybe not.
Oh, there.
Maybe not.
This one's only 11 damage, so not as bad as the Bone Devil critting you with his glaive.
I'm good. Ow!
And you gain the poison condition for what it's worth.
It's worth a lot.
And then it's going to swing its glaive around at Vincent and try and succeed at something as a fiend here. If it's going down, it's taking something with it for a 22 to hit.
That's definitely a hit.
And that is 8 damage to Vincent.
Vincent disappears in a puff of sweet-smelling smoke and music.
No! Vincent! I'll avenge you!
Y'all shouldn't have done that.
The drow standing at the bottom says, today was the day the music died. And that ends round 4.
So round 4 was just like a brawl, right? They just got into it. Let's do damage on each other. There was a couple things that I noted. One, in the choice of Theobald with his magic missiles, it's automatic damage. He spread them out a bit versus putting them all on one thing. We were just talking about this. I guess he didn't know how many hit points each of the things had. They both had some damage on them, so there was a possibility you could have taken 2 of them out, and he went for that versus like, do I waste the things by putting all the damage onto one creature?
Exactly, and I think that was again, if you know the hit points, then you know exactly where you should go. Being able to focus fire onto one creature is very helpful to take down the numbers. At this point, only knowing bloodied, I think it was a very strategic and move to just split those, because if one was at maybe 6 hit points left and you'd be wasting a lot of missiles, you wanted to make sure you spread that damage so that it had as much impact as possible.
One of the things I know about Billy as a house rule, he doesn't do it here because we're trying to play by rules as written, is that if a monster is below 1/4 of its hit points, he'll tell the players how many hit points the monster has. And I think that is a fun way to do it because it builds some tension. Am I going to have enough damage? Did I kill the monster? And also it kind of I guess pads the DM versus disappointment, right? You saw the dice. It wasn't me. Yep. It was the dice.
I like the house rule too, just because, again, you're right. It kind of sets the expectation of what is needed. And then whenever you roll dice at the table and you really want to see what the outcome is, like you said, builds tension. I think it's a really great mechanic for a house rule.
We had 2 musical references, competing musical references. Bill quotes Bye Bye American Pie, which I think none of the Norwegians knew what it was. And Hanasiri quotes like a Eurovision song, which I think probably most of our users don't understand the true torment of that song. I like that we have players from different places.
Yeah, it's an international league, and that's right. All these references are really great. But yeah.
And then the final thing is that we're going to see in a second, just up on the numbers table, is the magic resistance. It's been happening for most of the battle, but in this round especially, the magic resistance is really coming in handy for the monsters. They're passing their saves, and I think just seeing it really makes you realize how powerful that is. You may, if you're not tracking the stats, you may go, yeah, that's pretty powerful. But this is like very powerful. It's really saving their butts.
Yeah, exactly. I definitely agree. And that's part of the, I guess, strategy of being in the league, that if you know something has magic resistance and you know it's going to pass, well, it might do some damage. You might get half damage, but then there's also that knock-on effect later on with the points. But I will also say, they have Bless Up, and Bless has been carrying a lot.
Yeah, that's right. Bless has been doing a good job. I also think that it raises for me how magic resistance is a good counterbalance to how powerful spellcasters can be. Right?
Definitely,
It behooves you to have a marshal in your party like Morrowind who can just lay into these guys if your spells aren't hitting.
Exactly.
Okay, so before we get to the next round, we'll put the numbers up, take a look at those, and then we'll see you at the end of the next round.
All right.
Round 4. Okay, the first thing that jumps out to me about this chart is the big line of red at the bottom. Finally, this round, the party forced the monsters to make some saves, and the monsters were successful. So, this stat that we're tracking did not go in favor of the party this round. Hit percentage is still awesome, right? 100%. 100% of the party's attacks hit. And then this round, they did almost all the damage, 94%. So this was a really good round for the party, even though at the bottom, they got a big line of red.
Bringing us up to Theobald with the top of round 5.
I'll get you back for Vincent. I will move one step to the side here, and then I will cast a thunder wave ahead in a 15-foot cone, catching both bearded devils and the warden.
Yep.
And we will put that at a third level because half damage is still damage.
All right. The warden gets a 21.
That'll do it.
The first, I guess, A gets an 18.
That'll do it.
And then B gets a 14.
14 is a fail.
Okay. And gets pushed into Merwin. Not that it matters much.
Get away from me. Push him back.
And that is 20 thunder damage on a failed save.
Okay. You almost shatter the one in front of you to pieces. And the other one who's engaged with Merwin is rocked off his feet, and you can see blood just streaming from its ears and eyes as that sonic concussion hits.
Okay, we love to see it. And I think for my bonus action, I will once again try to push Bearded Devil A away from me with my Telekinetic Shove.
Gets a 7.
7! Aha! It fails, and is therefore pushed away 5 feet away from me.
And it's been pushed. Awesome.
And I will just kind of move down next to this drow and just look over my shoulder, kind of asking her incredulously, do you not have any weapons or relevant abilities?
She is standing in just basic drow priest robes, has no weapons, nothing in her hands. So her response is to hold her empty hands up to you.
Theobald was so confident this would work. He can't believe his predictions have failed him so, and he hangs his head in shame.
Then we're going to pass it over to Lucian then, who's at the other end of the star.
Okay, Lucian is going to pull out some big guns as well as maybe make up for that disadvantage on Merwin. Going to, with the third level spell slot, cast Guiding Bolt on the Bone Devil.
All right.
Before you roll, Jon, what is your attack bonus against
Plus
the Bone
7.
Devil? Plus 7. I will give you a 10 portent to make sure that you hit.
All right. That
Nice.
sounds
Hits.
fantastic. So that's 66 radiant damage. That is 19 radiant damage.
As your Radiant Blast strikes the Bone Devil, you knock most of its decorations off its lapels, and you can see that most of its bone has been scattered away. It is just clinging on to the last bit of existence it might have in these last few moments here beneath the river Styx.
Merwin, that's your opening. And then I will also step in front of Finn.
Then after Lucian, that brings us to the Bone Devil, who is very almost dead and is absolutely determined to kill something. The best something it has available is unfortunately Merwin, which isn't really good news for it. So in its last effort, likely, it's going to try and rend Merwin limb from limb with a 27 to hit with its claws.
No. Oh, no. That gets me.
For a 13 slashing damage.
But I am still standing. I get too eager with my footwork and run straight into his attack. And oh no! Ah!
And like a cat, he tries to bat you into its other claw for 20 to hit.
Oh no, that's not even close. My AC is
Okay.
24. Just duck it.
And as you're ducking around, it shouts out, raises its arms up high, and goes with its scorpion stinger once again for a 25 to hit.
No!
No.
This,
No!
and this is the big one with 15 piercing damage and 18 poison.
That will take me straight out. Ah!
And you can see a little bit of glee in its last death moments. Finn, once again, the Bone Devil Warden has dropped your ally to the ground, and it's up to you. What do you do?
Finn chuckles and says, it brings out his lute and a stick of incense and says, "Haha, you fool. Music never dies." He strums his lute with a stick of incense. So it disappears in a puff of smoke, and who appears? It is Vincent. Back for more, baby. With a single magic action, this Pact of the Chain Warlock can cast Find Familiar, which I discovered yesterday. So Vincent appears by Mervyn and uses another dose of the ointment to bring Mervyn back to us again. And that is 2d8 plus 2 hit points for you.
Undoing all their hard work in an instant.
In a Vincent. That's 12 hit points back to you.
All right.
For both
And
Lucian and Finn, Merwin is our strongest spell.
By far. But I have another strong spell. I have Faye McNeil, who is going to attack with advantage because of the guiding bolt.
Ah, yes.
So then we attack. That's first 14.
A 14 goes
Or-
wide.
24 does not go
But
wide.
the 24 strikes true.
So because of the guidance from Lucian, Faye McNeil strikes true, dealing 14 damage to the Bone Devil.
And with that, one of Finn's minions gets the second kill of this combat and puts the Warren forever out of its misery. Okay, the Warden is gone. Well done.
But Faye still has an attack.
And can move and teleport.
Yes. So Faye's going to teleport to behind, I think, Bear the Devil B, because Mervyn is kind of in a rough spot right now. So, and then we're going to use our final attack with advantage again on Bear the Devil B.
18 hits true, yeah.
Yep, and then that's a 15 damage.
Nice. You can see the two guards remaining are in bad shape, and they're sharing glances at each other and glances over at where the warden used to be, but no longer stands. And they're sweating.
Vincent turns towards Bear the Devil A in particular and gives one of those DreamWorks grins with the eyebrow.
Great turn. That brings us to Merwin, who is once again finding himself coming to on the floor here in this particular prison cell.
The ointment cures the poison, right?
Yes,
it does.
Okay, I flip back up onto my feet and sneer at the devils. You guys are in so much trouble now. I will scimitar the first one. That's B. Got my advantage back. 17.
A solid hit.
Getting 8 damage.
It's on its last legs. It's down on one knee, looking up, sneering in your face. Well, looking straight, sneering in your face.
He gets sword. There's a crit.
There we go.
For 11 damage.
Which ends this bearded devil's life.
And that's just 2 attacks. I keep on moving. I will run down here. Resets my advantage.
Do you kill that guard in any special way?
I cut his head off, of course.
All right, perfect.
Yeah, well, that's a dirty 20.
Solid hit.
So I'll take 6 damage. That's 3 attacks.
And how do you kill this one, who had 6 hit points remaining?
I will leap from the corpse of the first one as he falls, bounce off his shoulder, and then just stab my sword down into his eye as I go down. roll against the ground, and regain my feet about over here.
Very well done. And here at the end of round 5, the drow who you saved applauds your efforts and says, thank you, adventurers. You have truly done a wonderful service to myself and the Spider Queen this day. Now let's get out of this dank and depressing location. Where are we anyway?
Well, it's hell.
Roll credit.
Oh, hello. What am I doing here? Well, basically what I usually do, save the day. There's a problem with the recording, blah, 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 boo-hoo-hoo. Probably this guy's fault. Now Rob's in an airplane flying off to somewhere important, and old Stan's here to fix the problem. Before we get into talking about what happened in the meat of the final round, let's do the numbers. I do have my letters, but I do not have my numbers, so I'm going to let this guy do it. All right, let's take a look.
Okay, round 5. Just an excellent round for the party. They did all the damage. Monsters did none of them. 113, this is the most damage the party has done in any round. They're 100% of their attacks hit. And this round, they do get on the board in terms of forcing the monsters to fail some saves. And so that brought the round percentage to 50%. Still kind of low cumulative percent that monsters fail saves, only 33% of the time. And that's gonna hurt the party in the scoring, the objective scoring. It's also gonna give the party probably something to talk about, like, hey, what's up with this stat? Did it really affect the battle? I don't know. You tell us.
Okay, well, that was very interesting, I'm sure, to somebody who likes numbers. All right, let's talk about the rest of the battle. Spellcasters finally did some damage, pulling their weight for once. Theobald got that big blowy spell, did a boatload of damage, and so did Lucian. Way to go, guys. I gotta say, for a spellcaster, I do like that Lucian fellow, strong silent type. I like it. That dang Fae did a lot more damage. The healing salve, I think that came in there again. And, then Merwin is a good old boy, and he finished things off. Overall, yeah, it was basically just a kick butt end of the round. For the battle, I'd say, those guys had a super high hit percentage. And basically, they ignored a lot of attack spells, which I like. So I give this battle a thumbs up, and I think that's all I got to say. You got anything you want to add?
No, that's it.
Yeah, I didn't think so.